Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to Temple 420 Bible Study. Right now it's just me, but we'll see who comes up and we'll go through Genesis 4 and have some discussions on it. Started out here with a prayer for you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, God, for the blessing of these people here listening, and those who view this, may it inspire them to learn the Bible and seek you more. Thank you for what you do for us and the blessings you give us. Help us in our understanding and in our fellowship together. Amen. And it's here in our Genesis 4 where we talk about Cain and Abel. Where, sorry, my window, I hide my window from myself here, so I can't actually see what exactly is going on there. It's talking about Abraham. The man had sexual relations with his wife, Havah, his wife, who is Eve. If anybody wonders, I'm reading the complete Jewish Bible. That's why we'll have some words different here. She conceived and gave birth to Cain, acquisition, and said, I have acquired a man from Adonai. In addition, she gave birth to his brother Abel. Abel kept sheep while Cain worked the soil. In the course of time, Cain brought an offering to Adonai from the produce of the soil. And Abel, too, brought the firstborn of his sheep, including the fat. Adonai accepted Abel's and his offering, but did not accept Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his face fell. Adonai said, Cain, why are you so angry? Why are you so downcast? If you're doing what is good, shouldn't you hold your head up high? And if you do what was good, sin is crouching at the door, but it wants you, but you can rule over it. Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I just got here to 7 here with Cain and Abel. 4:7. Let me see here. I keep losing my tab that I actually.
For some reason, I sound like I'm echoing. Oh
And where Cain brings his offering. Which there, his offering would have been just the fruit and stuff, which is interesting. I wonder what he brought.
Yeah, I know. I remember you saying it's something about which one was it that brought the food or something like that.
Abel brought the sheep, and Cain would have brought the things of the field, whatever that would
Okay.
have been. I don't know if it was vegetables or grains or what exactly on that one.
Okay.
And then on 4:7, it says 7 says, if you're doing good, shouldn't you hold your head high? And if you don't do what is good, sin is crouching at the door. It wants you, but you can rule over it. I read that wrong the first time. Cain had words with Abel, his brother, and then at one time they were in the field, and Cain turned on Abel and his brother and killed him. Adonai said, Cain, where is Abel your brother? And he said, I don't know. Am I my brother's guardian? And he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood is crying from me from the ground. But I was thinking I missed and skipped through there with I think the difference too was with the blood offering, because at that time they needed to give the blood offerings, or the blood atonement was really what was important there. It wasn't sanctioned and like ordered at that time, to my
Okay.
understanding. But
Yeah, because it's still in the way beginning. They probably didn't have very many rules at the time yet.
and then that's the thing that atones for it, is the blood. Really, if you just grow stuff out of the ground, there is the first fruits, and you're supposed to give the best of your things. But it doesn't really say which one he gave.
Yeah. But I remember, doesn't it say later on? I think you had said something about how it was the smell or the aroma um, that made it pleasing to God.
Was that Jacob and Esau? Because I know
Oh, maybe it was.
Jacob and Esau, the one brother smells
Yeah, it could be.
and has the odor, but he finds appeasing.
Okay. So I must have got that mixed up.
So I'm always getting them kind of confused and mixed up, and I have to keep going through it myself.
Yeah, me too.
And say, okay, so 4:11 here. Now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood at your hands. And when you farm the ground, it'll no longer yield its strength to you. You'll be a fugitive and wandering the earth. Cain said to Adonai, my punishment is greater than I can bear. You're banning me today from the land, from your presence. I'll be a fugitive wandering the earth, and whoever finds me shall kill me. Adonai answered him, therefore, whoever kills Cain will have his vengeance sevenfold. And Adonai will put a sign on Cain so that no one who found him would kill him. I think it's interesting there, too, that that land apparently that they're in with Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
It's a special land, even though it's out of the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, because God said he was going to curse the ground or something.
And they
Right?
continue to speak to God too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before he kicked them out, said they would be cursed to till the ground and get food that way instead of living in the garden. So that's
Yeah.
what Cain does now.
Okay.
And so Cain left the presence of Adonai and lived in the land of Nod, wandering east of Eden. So I guess they were still in the area of Eden.
Okay.
Cain had sexual relations with his wife, and she conceived and gave birth to Hanoch. And Cain built a city and named the city after his son Hanoch. What is Hanoch? And Enoch, okay.
Oh, Enoch.
Because the other one I'm reading, I usually do better with. It's the
Okay.
complete Jewish Bible, since it goes back to the names, and a lot of it couldn't be converted as over as easy. And to me, a lot of that's confusing when it's done English, Greek to English again, and then to American English.
Yeah.
A lot of confusion.
I was actually trying to read the KJB for a while there, but it'd probably be easier if I compared them, so I knew who I was, like what you just did, so I knew who I'm talking about. Because I do get confused and stuff.
We do have this software I always recommend too. That's free out there called
Yeah, what is that?
eSword.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and it has quite a few different versions of the Bible that you can get, and there's option to order more for life if you really want ones. Like I think the CJB, the Complete Jewish Bible, I think I had to pay like $10 or something for.
Wow, that's not bad.
On here, so I'm like, that's not too bad.
Yeah, compared to how much they are in real life.
Yeah, so it beats
I think
Bible.
my Bible was like $60, $70 or something, but it wasn't amplified.
Right, yeah. Hope that's set up cool.
Anyways.
And then did that just end on the CJB 17? Because I was like, that looked like it was in quick. No, it's there. And Enoch was born in Arad. Arad fathered. Let's see which names these are that we know of here. And Enoch was born Arad, and Arad begat Megahul. And Megahul begot Methuselah. Methuselah is the only one I know on there, really.
I don't know either of those, to be honest.
Methuselah begat Lamech, because Methuselah was the one that was the oldest, right?
Okay. Hmm.
Enoch was taken into heaven, but Methuselah was the oldest guy that is in the Bible.
Okay.
And Lamech took into him 2 wives, and the name was Ida, and the other's name was Zillah. And Ida bare Jabal, who is the father such dwells in tents, and of such that have cattle. And his brother's name was Jubal, and the father of such that can handle the harp and the organ. And Zillah was she was also bared Tubal Cain, who was the instructor of every artificer in brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal Cain was Nemiah. And Lamech said to his wives Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold.
You know what? Doesn't it talk somewhere about like the 4th generation or something like that? With 4th generation fathers that like carry the curse, like generational curses.
Yeah, there
Is that
is
the 4th generation? I don't know.
one that kind of goes with the generational things, but I'm not exactly sure how they interpret that.
Yeah.
It's confusing to me. And I know I've heard there's the generational things where spirits and stuff will attach, or there seems like that, and that seems like a thing, but I don't really know how that gets established or if it's biblical or how with that. But
Okay.
it definitely seems to go.
Because it's interesting. Why would he be, what did he do that he was just the son of Cain and he got cursed 7 times 77? Just for being born? Is that what it's saying?
No, it said in 23. Kick it to the other one. It said he killed a man for wounding him.
He killed a man.
And a young man who injured him.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I'm wondering if there was some kind of accident or something, and then he just got upset.
Yeah.
Killed them for getting them injured or something like that.
Oh, yeah, it could be.
Because somebody decided to kill him and shouldn't have.
Somebody killed Cain?
Lamech killed a man that wounded him and a young man that injured him, he said. So that's when he said, if Cain was avenged sevenfold, then Lamech will be avenged 77-fold.
Gotcha.
Adam again had sexual relations with his wife and gave birth to a son who was named Seth. Granted. For God had granted to me another seed in the place of Abel, since Cain killed him. And then Seth was born a son who he called Enosh. And people began to call him the name of Adonai. I forget because
people started calling God Adonai? Is that what it said? Interesting.
That's Enos, okay. And Seth gave to him a son, and his name was Enos.
Oh, Enos, sorry. I can't really read. I think it's kind of blurry for some reason. I don't know if it's me or if it's my computer.
Might be the size too there. And he called his name Enos, and then began men to call upon the name of the Lord. The other one says to call on Adonai. So I'm guessing at that time they were converted over and calling on God instead of being crazy with that here. Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam and the day that God created man. In the likeness of God created him. Male and female, he created them and blessed them and called their name Adam in the day that they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called him Seth. And in the days of Adam, he had begotten Seth, 800 were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all of the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan 850 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days Enos were 905 years, and he died. This is the fun part where we talk out how long everybody.
I'm glad you're reading.
Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahaliel. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahaliel 840 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahaliel lived 65 years and begot Jared. And Mahaliel lived after he begot Jared 830 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days of Mahaliel were 895 years, and he died. Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begot Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah 300 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. And Methuselah was the oldest dude. And Lamech lived 182 years and begat a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall confront us concerning of our work and our toil and our hands, because of the ground which the Lord had cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years and begot sons and daughters. And all of the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old when Noah begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. So I guess Noah was actually pretty old too. I didn't realize that. He was 500 years old when he had them.
That's pretty old to have kids.
Well, others like 130, like I guess 130 sounds bad enough.
Yeah. I mean, he was definitely mature when he had kids.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that out of all of them, the only one that was taken early and taken with God was Enoch. So he must have been like, I don't know, pretty awesome guy.
Yeah, he apparently walked with God.
Yeah. I wonder if that's like, actually walked with him, or if it was more like how we walk with him,
Right.
Hard to say.
Yeah, especially when we were back just like a chapter there and Cain was still talking to God like he was right there with him. So I
Yeah.
wonder how much that presence existed and
Hmm.
pursued you if you could go over there to the area of Eden and hang out with God different than you could other places.
Yeah. Like if you actually had a hidden place, I don't know.
And all those people with the long years before Noah. Well, that's when I think it's really feasible that there was the dome above the earth that extended lives, which makes it complicated too when we're trying to figure out if there's the way Earth's created. That's what gets me too. So everybody's like, oh, but there's a dome above the Earth. But to me, it seems like at least part of that dome was destroyed or something because it seemed like
Yeah.
it was like a glass dome before. And then
Yeah.
I think that probably explains how we've got all this ice too.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that does make sense. I was kind of thinking like, because it says that he opened the heavens, and the water came down. And I wonder like if maybe like when you opened it, it like exposed us to different things like germs. I don't know, what's out there or what's in the water. Um, and um, and
Well,
then maybe he closed it back up. But now we have all these germs and all this stuff that's inside the earth. I don't know. I mean, I wonder like how I guess we'll find out like how drastic the life, like how long people lived after the flood compared to before.
yeah. There's the theory that there was actually like a solid dome. I don't know if you would
Firmament.
familiar with it.
Yeah, firmament, right?
Yeah, like maybe made out of like the solid crazy ice. Like they've got ice 7, but like can be
Whoa.
magnetic and stuff. So
Hmm.
possibly that it was magnetic and just kept itself over there and was actually a solid thing of ice.
Interesting.
By what I've heard of it, there wasn't a lot of water on Earth at
Yeah,
that
there
time.
wasn't. I don't even know if there was any at all.
Yeah, it sounds like there might be very little at that time.
Okay.
And all those things continue to be consistent because if we had that dome, we would have, like when it was talking in the Garden of Eden, the mist come up from the earth and the mist be everywhere because it's all trapped inside there. We wouldn't need any rain. It would continue to cycle and
Yeah.
and the cool thing with science they found is, do you know about those high pressure chambers, the HBOT chambers?
Mhm.
That's what they think also applied to that too, because it adds with being closed at atmospheric pressure. So
Mhm.
how much oxygen would be pressed into your body and how much you would be breathing at a time.
Yeah.
And if you go into one of those, even now, they've used them, I think, for astronauts. I know they've used them for a lot of healing therapies that they
Mhm.
say you heal like 3 to 5 times faster in that environment.
Wow. That's neat.
There's a guy that me and Craig know, and I actually visited him last time too. He's a creation scientist guy,
Okay.
Dr. Oakland. And he thinks at that point, if it was like that too, it would be so good that when we were running, we wouldn't really have any issues breathing too. We could just continue running and running and running. And
Wow.
it would have been a completely different world at
Yeah,
that.
definitely. It kind of reminds me of have you ever seen like those it's like a jar, you have a jar and then you put like um some plants in there, some dirt, and then you put just a little bit of water in there and then you close it up and you seal it and it literally has its own ecosystem within it. That's kind of what I think of how it could have been.
Yeah, I think that's very likely with that. See, and then 6 comes up with the increasing corruption on Earth, but it's almost 7:30. So
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing probably may as well just wrap it up and take
Yeah.
that next time. Did you have any other thoughts or
um
else we should?
no, not that I can think.
Awesome. And thank you for everybody who came and decided to watch this, because we'll have people watching it as I post it up here later. So hopefully you guys were interested in seeing that, and may you all be blessed in just your exploring of the Bible and wanting to explore God and what He's made for us more deeper. And check us out next time. We post these every Wednesday, and we'll have them every Wednesday if you want to check them out. I'll try to get them over there on temple420.com. So they're a little, or temple420.org is what site I have. So they're a little bit easier to find. I've been slow on that part, but that would be, I think, easier to get there. Right now, you can find them on the Facebook, but I don't have really a quick link for that or anything. Take care. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.